Hello everyone, welcome back to my podcast. I'm Riley and I'm here with my sister Kassidy today. And we're just gonna ask some questions about her life currently at the University of Wyoming in Tri-Delta.
Hi, I'm Kassidy. I go to the University of Wyoming. I'm a Tri-Delta and I'm a pre-vet major.
So since you're in Tri-Delta and you went through the recruitment process and you're currently initiated member, what was your favorite memory with your sisters?
My favorite memory so far is probably our president at the time. She owns a farm with her fiance, and we were able to go down and just ride some horses, and we saw a little baby cow that was born the day before, and their family made us brisket and stuff, and it was really good. It was a really good sisterhood experience.
Oh, that's really great. So it sounds like your sorority really sticks together. How does your sorority support one another during stressful times?
Yeah, we definitely face a lot of stressful times. Greek life in Wyoming is it gets hated on a lot. My chapter, especially on Yik Yak and stuff, we get some pretty hurtful things. But one thing that really helps is we'll just say that people don't know truly who we are behind the doors, you know? There's always somebody down to do something with you, you know? Just yesterday I went to Chili's with all the remaining girls in the house because everybody went home for Easter and stuff. And I just had a really good time with them.
That's great. So when you guys go through stressful times, it sounds like you really just stick together and keep yourselves distracted.
Yeah, and our house mom and then our alum advisor, they're just so supportive, and it's so nice to talk to them and know that we're supportive, you know, have that guidance.
Yeah. That's really great. I think having good advisors that are there for you and that will stick with you is really, really great. So obviously spring semester, fall semester, new members need to be initiated and welcomed. So how does your sorority initiate and integrate the new members into the group?
So we had 2 new members this semester. Both have different stories. Usually in the spring we do COB events, which is continuous open bid. So for Valentine's Day, February 13th, we did a Valentine's Day, and we invited people to come to our house and make little flower bouquets, and we had make your own boba and chocolate fountain. So we got a lot of people interested within that. I got my best friend to join, and that was mainly because I dragged her to this event, even though she was not having it. She did not want to go. And then I just took her along with me to other Greek life affiliated events, and she really got to know the girls in the house before she got offered a bid. Everybody was this girl needs a bid. And then even after she got her bid, she was still really unsure. But then she saw how supportive it was, academically and whatnot. And she was yeah, this is really good for me. And especially next year, we get to live in the house. So we get to live in a house with our best friend, you know?
That sounds like so much fun. So how does your sorority encourage academic success?
So we have a academic advising team. So each semester we send in our grades and she looks at it. If you have a C, I think, C or D, automatically you have to have a meeting with the team and just talk through stuff. So that's usually in the meeting, it's the academic advisor, the alum advisor, your big, and I think maybe the president. So you talk through that, talk through strategies on how you can get help to improve. You're not in trouble. Sometimes you do end up on academic probation, but you work hard to get out of that, obviously, because you want to vote and stuff and be part of the chapter.
Have you noticed your grades improving since joining the sorority?
Yeah, for me, we have a sunroom in our house that was donated by another alum. And so in that sunroom, we have study materials from past girls who've taken classes. And so I remember biology, I found some note cards that I took and I used that to help study for the test. A lot of the times I'll go to the house and study because it's really easy to lock in, especially on comfy couches and stuff, and being supported by other sisters who are also studying at the same time, wanting to see you succeed.
Have you developed within the sorority any leadership skills?
Yeah. I've definitely gotten outside of my comfort zone and done things that I never thought I would do. We had a lip sync battle for one of the other sororities, and never in my life would I thought would ever have done that, put myself out there as much, which is really good for me because I'm a shy person. And I did really good. That's something that keeps me motivated. I did a lip sync battle in front of all these Greek life people. I can do this, you know?
Yeah, so it sounds like You're learning a lot about yourself within the sorority at Wyoming. What else have you learned about yourself?
I've just become more confident joining. I've never felt not supported in there. It's a non-judgy environment. It's so great. I really enjoy being there, and I know that I'm usually happier when I'm there.
Yay, that's really good. So what causes does your sorority support, and how do you get involved in helping those causes?
So we support St. Jude, our philanthropy, and there's a couple ways that we do that support them. Recently, just last night, we hit our chapter goal of raising $10,000 this year for them. So, woo to us.
You reach that goal.
So in the fall, we do something called 24-hour pancake breakfast. So we're making pancakes at the house and serving them to people. Usually, people pay to get in. They can pay to like have some pancakes, pay to get unlimited pancakes, and like come in throughout the day. So we do really good on that. Like especially because like I think this past year we did it during homecoming, so like after the football game, everybody would come over and get that. In the fall, we also did something called Pie a Try, and we recently added like virtual donations to that, which like I think increased our amount of money made 3 times from what it was last year. So like people could come in and pay to pie somebody, or people could like virtually send in money to pie somebody, and then we would record it and send it back to them. I had like a lot of people do that to me. In the spring, we do something called Sincerely Yours, which we sit down and just write letters from our chapter and send them out to people that we know. Also in the spring, we do something called St. Jude Superhero Week, so that was actually this past week. So one of the main things that we do is called Penny Wars. So all the chapters compete, they want to get pennies. So those are the only positive points, but then other chapters can come and put like quarters or nickels or dollars in others and get them into the negatives. So that was really fun. I think we raised almost $1,000 with that. And we really got like the Greek life community involved. Like we got chapters to do dodgeball, which they paid to get in, trivia, which they also paid. And then like we had tote bags that we would have them sign. That would be how they got extra points and stuff. We had a really small chapter win, which was really exciting because I don't think they've like won a lot. So we're really excited for that.
So how do your chapter's values align with your personal values?
One of our chapter values is friendship, and you can really just see how that like radiates throughout the house. Like friendship is like really something I focus on. Like I joined a sorority because I wanted to make friends, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you can really see that everybody else wants to. Self-sacrifice is another one of our values, which is very speaking, like, to me. Like, I'm somebody who doesn't always put myself first. I put other people first. So that really aligns with that. And it aligns with our philanthropy because we're putting St. Jude patients before us.
How do you see your sorority life influencing your future?
Yeah, I really see it influencing my future because Tri-Deltas are all over the world. You can make connections just by being in a sorority, which is really nice. People recognize the letters, you know? Even just like the other day, somebody gave me a free Panda Express fortune cookie because I was wearing my letters, and they were like, oh, a Tri-Delta. People reach out to us and sponsor us with stuff. We've had people reach out for like internship opportunities, and it's like really cool that just because you join one organization, it opens up a whole bunch of other doors.
Yeah, that's really great. That kind of happens within my sorority too. You know, you'll go to the Chick-fil-A and you're wearing your letters and they'll give you like a free milkshake or whatever. So I think it's kind of funny that you're having that same experience. But what advice, since you went through recruitment, would you give someone else considering going through sorority recruitment at the University of Wyoming?
Yeah, this kind of lines up with what I'm doing for fall recruitment next year, since I'm going to be a recruitment counselor, or I think some people call it a Rogama in other places. I think that's what your school calls it, right?
Yeah, we call it Rogamas.
So one of the biggest pieces of advice I would say is definitely try it, even if it's something that you think that you're not going to like, because you could end up like my friend Maya, who ended up not liking it, but then actually being like, hey, this is actually really cool and I really like it. But I would definitely, during the formal recruitment process, stick it through, don't drop, just because the favorite house that you wanted dropped you. The house that you belong in is the house that's going to keep showing up. Like, the house that wants you, and you'll know it.
That's great. Okay, anything else you would like to add before we wrap this up?
Definitely rush if you're planning on doing it. It's not as scary as most people think.
Yes, I agree. Alright, that will be the end of my podcast. Kassidy, do you want to say a quick little goodbye?
Bye-bye.
Alright, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next time.